Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, I will be doing a Q&A about Arki or UP Arki. So, I got your questions from IG and from my past video about your questions, your concerns about Arki, and I'll be answering them today. So, let's get started. First question, is it required to have a new laptop or PC po ba kapag BS Arki ang course? So, to answer this question, I don't think you need a new laptop or PC if you have one na. And if talagang hindi talaga kaya ng software or hindi kaya ng RAM nyo, pwede naman siguro mag-upgrade, lalo na if may PC kayo, which is more convenient when upgrading the RAM, the graphics card. And in the case sa mga laptop, if you don't need it yet, I just suggest don't buy it muna. Kasi in my first year, I really didn't need the laptop. But then, nung nag-second year kami, nag-allow sila mag-online plans or digital rendering kami. So, ayun, I needed the laptop kasi yung MacBook ko was just 4 gigabyte na RAM. So, it was really slow. Second question. Tips for incoming first-year Arki students. So, for me, my first tip is to not pressure yourself into learning everything. Kasi you don't really learn everything in your first year. Medyo, yun nga, puro basics. And parang kinakapa mo pa yung course. Parang feeling mo, it's not for you kasi parang ang daming nangyayari na hindi mo maintindihan. But if you have the passion for it, if you really want it, and then, ayun, just try to do your best. Huwag nyo masyadong i-pressure yung sarili nyo. And dun sa mga nagtatanong na if kailangan ba nila marunong mag-drawing and everything, it's just an advantage if you are good at drawing. Pero, ayun naman, ituturo rin naman sa inyo lahat yun. So, huwag kayo mag-overthink. Okay. Common question. How do you manage your time as an Arki student and at the same time nagagawa pa din ng hobbies? And also yung plates, YouTube, and orgs. So for me, I just really try to divide my time. And I usually focus on my ACADS during the weekdays. I try to finish as much as I can sa mga homework na, kunyari kung deadline na is next week, or next week, I'll try to start it off na agad and not cram everything in one day, ganun. Kasi talagang mas nakaka-stress if you do that way, lalo na if you have a major submission tapos gagawin mo ng isang araw, sobrang nakakapagod yun. So, I try to chop it in days. Kunyari, first day, magbabasa muna ako nung kailangan ko maintindihan or research, ganun, collect some yung mga sources. Second day, magawa ng essay, ganun. Tapos, when it comes to org stuff, usually yun yung rest time ko. Well, hindi naman siya technically rest, pero I enjoy doing org work kasi it's something different from ACADS talaga. So, then when it comes to YouTube naman, I try to upload every week, Saturdays, ayun. Pero when it comes to filming and editing, I take at least a week early before the posting para I can have time to edit, para hindi rin ako mag-cram sa editing ko. Next question, mahirap po ba mag-math sa Arki? If you are STEM, I think it will be likely easier for you to take the math class. Kasi isa lang naman yung math class namin. So, ano lang yun, parang review lang din ng naaral mo nung last year in yung grade 12 na math, basic calculus yata yun. What other things na considered as mahirap sa pagiging Arki student? For me, it's because it takes so much time. The problem with Arki is you really have to dedicate so much time in doing your plates. Kasi it's not just one essay, it's not just this, it's not just that. Ang daming kailangan para ma-finish mo yung isang plate. So I think that's the hardest thing for me. Next question, what made you choose Arki? I think I chose Arki because it was something different from other courses. I love math classes, yun, mga math subjects, pero parang it's not exciting for me. Unlike Arki na parang, okay, may math, may konting science, but also you add there the problem solving, the design issues, yung pag-isip kung ano yung mga kailangan ng users in the spaces is something that interests me. Next question. How are orgs in UP different from orgs in other universities? So, UP talaga ang haba ng app process. So, we have a really long app process. And it's not just paying a fee, it's not just filling up a form, doing an interview. There's so much stuff that goes on in an app process. And the first thing that comes to mind is knowing the members in the org. So, yun talaga feel ko yung nagpapahaba ng app process ng UP. But, in essence, even if it's like difficult talaga to get in an org, what is nice about it is when you get into the org, you already know the people. Parang naging close mo na sila during the app process, and it makes it easier for you to adapt to your environment sa college mo kasi you know a lot of people already, and then they can be your support system then. So, I think you gain a lot more experience, not just from the org work or the learnings in the work itself, but also the people around you. What was the hardest major and GE subject you've encountered? I think the most difficult major for me was all my design classes. Because pressure kasi siya, but hindi naman sa difficult, but I think it's challenging, especially when you compare yourself kunyari nung first year, you really don't know what you're doing. And then, when you come to second year, you realize na parang ang dali pala ng first year. Pero itong year na to, parang hindi pala. So, I think it just matters on what experience you already have in your classes. But generally, design classes are really difficult because all the learnings you get from your other majors come down sa design class mo. So, yun talaga yung pinakamabigat. And we usually just have 1 or 2 plates na kailangan gawin, which takes siguro 2 months, minsan pa nga less than a month for us to finish. So, hindi pa nga enough yung time, but ayun, really challenging yung design class. And then, for GEs naman, the difficult one, for me in my experience, because of the prof, is Arts 1, the GE na tinake ko ng first year, first sem pa. And then, the problem with that was, he had us read like 600 pages of a reading for the half of the sem. Tapos, we had 2 exams for that. Then, nung half ng sem, pinabasa niya kami ng book niya. And then we had to make an essay to summarize it and give our opinions and answer these questions. And we have to orally recite it to him, which is really, really heavy. As in, parang sobrang mas na-stress pa ako dun kesa sa majors ko. Next question. Is it hard to pass UP? In my opinion, it is harder to survive in UP. Pero, the UPCAT was difficult. Like, out of all the schools I've applied noon, it was difficult talaga kasi half of the things I answered, I felt like I didn't know what was happening. I was unsure of my answers. But I did not skip any questions naman. But, ayun, just be confident and hope for the best. Next question, what are the platforms used sa mga classes? So, if you're thinking of a general thing, yung Uvle, we have Uvle or Google Classroom. But if you're specifically saying about Arki, there are a lot of softwares. I can name AutoCAD, SketchUp, those are the basic ones. Yung medyo madali-dali pang intindihin. And then we have ArchiCAD and Revit for 3D modeling, and also parang AutoCAD na rin siya. And then we also have Rhino for modeling. We We also have rendering softwares like Lumion, Enscape, V-Ray, ayun. How do you pass plates? In first year yata ngayon na online setup, they had to scan their plates, and then sometimes the prof asks them to ship it to UP Arki. So, ayun, binabalik din naman sa kanila through a career. Pero, ayun, either those two. It depends sa prof. When I was second year, we passed plates naman through digital plates na. Masyado bang maraming workload? I think it's not many, but it's a few, pero mahabang gawin. Matagal siyang gawin. As in, we take a lot of time doing plates. Kahit isa lang yan, magtatagal talaga siya sa'yo. Lalo na if may comments yung prof, kailangan mo i-revise. Revise ka ng revise. Ayun. So, yun yung challenging. Yun yung mabigat sa workload. It's not because it's a lot, but it's just too much in one thing. Next question. Anong mga kailangan bilhin ng school supplies or freshies? I did a video about this, so check the card up here. I'll be linking the video so you can see all the things that you'll be needing for your Arki life. Next question. Mataas or mababa magbigay ng mga grades ang prof? It depends. It really depends on the prof you take. So, magdasal ka na lang na yung makuha mong prof is good but also mapagbigay at mabait sa grades. Next question. Because I have doubts dahil basics lang ang kaya ko i-drawing, though I'm still learning, necessary ba talaga na maging magaling ka sa pagdrawing para makasurvive ng first year and the rest? My opinion, no. As in, I'm not good but I'm not bad either. Pero, it's just an advantage if you're really good in drawing. As in, it will just be easier for you kasi you already know your own techniques. Ayun. But, in my experience naman, our profs teach what you guys have to learn about your Arki life, yung mga drafting, rendering, everything. Ituturo din naman nila sa yun. So, just don't get nervous or pressured about it. How many years will it take to become an architect? So, sa atin, it's 7 years. So, you have to take the course for 5 years, and then you have to do apprenticeship into a firm, and then that is 2 years until you take the boards. So, ayun, it really takes time. Last question. What are the things you love about Arki? So, I guess for me, what I love about Arki is everything is different. Every plate is unique. You don't get the same plate twice. And, ayun, sa future, parang lahat ng projects mo, it's a different user, different client. And, yun yung nagpapa-excite sa akin in doing Arki kasi designing a space challenges you, makes you think what can work, what doesn't work, and how you can improve on it every time you finish a project. Ayun, parang very fulfilling siya, and parang yung pagod mo and everything, it feels worth it. Yeah. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys learned a lot from the questions I've answered and learned about Arki or UP Arki. And if you have any suggestions about any video, please comment them down below. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!